So it has definitely been a minute, and I know at least one person on here is wondering, where did I go? Like, hey, you normally don't drop off the face of the earth without telling us, at least on the community tab. Like, where the fuck did you go? Technically I was on vacation, and while I was on vacation, sure, I brought my laptop, but I forgot to upload the shop update, which never went live, by the way, and I'll get to that later. I never got to upload the last 2 videos that were supposed to be queued after that shop update video, and now you're seeing this one before seeing the other 3. So hey, something's going on, I guess. I'm trying to figure out a way to put this, I guess I want to say lightly, but it's not lightly, because it is a very touchy topic, and I'm nervous about somebody finding this and turning around and being like, me. But I'm just gonna do this like the best I can, because there are people in my life that would turn around and stab me in the back like that, but this isn't about that. So yeah, the week of June 6th and what was supposed to be June 14th, I took a 4-hour trip down to Maryland just to hang out with my partner and my future in-laws. And I wasn't sure if I was going to do a mini vlog or what. And during this vacation, that's where I got this idea for this journal. Now, I've wanted to get into junk journaling for a good couple months now, and I had my journal set aside, and somebody once called this my serial killer journal because it has that leather wraparound. But I figured with the leather wraparound, because it's a junk journal, I would keep it so that way I can bind it better and everything would stay together. So yeah, during this trip I decided I'm going to do a junk journal, so I've been like collecting stuff from that, and I had this whole storyline written out. I say written out, like I had everything written down for what we did together. We had fun, this and that, you know, like gay shit. Like, this is the true lesbian experience. But I did not end up making a vlog of it at all. Like I said, I was just gonna go with the junk journal. My brain is all over with this whole topic. Like, it just seems, even though it's been a while, almost a month since I went on vacation, it just feels weird to me that this is my life right now. So yeah, we were supposed to go back on June 14th, which was my parents' anniversary, and before I had even gotten home, before I even left actually, I was getting basically insulted and being told I was selfish for, first of all, quote unquote, forcing my mother to drive me to the meetup point because I do not have a driver's license, and that is because she has told me multiple times that she does not trust me behind the wheel, so I was not able to practice, or we have been dirt poor for a majority of my life, like my childhood and everything. Either car my dad or my mother used, either one inspection was good or the other one was good. One was bad, but it was too dangerous to drive and I just wasn't allowed to drive it. So I just basically got stunted in that form of my adulting life, I guess. So yeah, before I'd even left, she was calling me selfish because it was her anniversary. That day she was gonna come back and she's like, you only used me to drive you around. Like, it's not fair that you did this on a Friday. Like, you couldn't have waited until Saturday so your father could have done it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. I just kept going, yep. I did not want to deal with it. So I go on vacation, and the entire time I'm on vacation, yeah, I had a great time, but my chest was hurting because I was dreading going back home. I knew that there was going to be a lot of anxiety and chest pain, which, as you know, from the last time my parents got into fights, my chest pain was consistent, and it still has been consistent. And then we decided, well, my future mother-in-law said, hey, my job gave me free tickets to Hershey Park. Like, you want to go to Hershey Park with us on the 15th on Father's Day? So I texted my dad and I was like, hey, like, I know it's Father's Day, but would it be okay if I came home around or on Father's Day instead of the 14th? And he was like, yeah, go have fun at Hershey Park. Like, he wasn't mad at all. And I was like, okay, cool. So I stayed an extra day. We went to Hershey Park, and then we went back home. Well, I got driven to the meetup spot to get brought back home, and I was told that there was going to be no arguing, no fighting in front of me. I feel like it's like a little kid thing to get upset about, but it's what I got upset about. But my parents were immediately fighting in the car, and my mother had told me before I had left, I'm not going to tell you if we fight because I want you to have a good time. She turns around and tells me, we had fought every night you were gone, okay? Like, that's supposed to make me feel better, like I want to come home. And I don't know if anybody remembers when I talked about it, but I basically I did all of the stuff in the house between groceries and like planning meals and everything, and I can get a family of 4 meals for an entire week plus snacks and drinks and specialty items for about $250, $200 to $250 a week. Yeah, I was told that my father had given my mom a $200 budget and she had gotten 3 things and basically nothing else to show for it. So me gambling after saying this, my money is on that my gambling addict of a mother spent $140 on groceries, got 3 nights worth of stuff and a bunch of useless snacks, and then gambled the rest away. So hearing all of this, literally the first night coming back was chest pain worse than heartbreak. Like, I felt like part of my soul was ripped out because I did not have my partner with me, next to me, sleeping next to me every night, and it sucked. And them just consistently arguing drove me over the edge. And it got to the point where I went up for work the next day because, you know, she has to drive me to work. She tells me that she's going to off herself because she can't stand my father anymore. And when I said, you can't say that, she goes, I can do whatever I want. I'm a fucking adult. Like, okay, that's not something you say to your kid, no matter how old they are, but go off. So I was this point, I was just anxious and crying because like I said, I felt like my soul was just ripped out. As she's going on to work, she's going on and on about how my dad sucks, this and this, blah, 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 how I shouldn't get married, don't waste my life like she had, blah, blah. It's just stuff like you shouldn't be telling your kids to begin with. Like, you shouldn't be making your kid be a therapist. So at this point, it was basically like, yeah, I know that this is mental abuse and emotional blackmail, but what else am I supposed to do? But in that moment, I had remembered that my future father-in-law had told me I can come back whenever I want. So I texted my partner, I'm like, is this Friday too short notice? And I got on the call with them because I got to work really early because my mom was just like, I don't want to be in the house. Like, let's go like 20 minutes early. And I had 20 minutes before I could clock in. So I spent 20 minutes on the phone with my partner, my future father-in-law, absolutely freaking the fuck out, sobbing, explaining what was all said. And he was like, what the fuck is, like, why is she doing this to you? I'm like, I don't know. She's jealous that I'm happy or something. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I got off the phone with them. I go to my store manager, well, my people lead, because I work for Walmart, and I asked if we could talk. We go to the office. I just fucking broke down sobbing. I explained everything, and she was comforting me, helping me with the transfer requests. And then my second level manager came over. I guess it was just pure coincidence because she was helping me with everything. She was trying to help me calm down because I'm just hysterical. We're just alone in this office. I'm having a whole fucking freak out. I put in the transfer request to be transferred down to a Walmart in Maryland, texted my father-in-law back saying, yeah, this is gonna happen. And he was like, okay, this Friday. As I'm working and I'm like, okay, I'm literally getting ready to leave. I go to tell my mom because she was like, I'm so sorry, I just can't stand him, I love you. Because before she told me to go fuck myself. And I told her, I'm like, listen, like, I put in a transfer request for work because I cannot take this anymore. But if you want to talk like an adult because you're acting like a child, I will talk like an adult and I might undo the transfer request. Nope, that was it. She told me I was ungrateful, I can go fuck myself, I'm the worst kid, blah, blah, blah. And with Walmart, I was put on transfer leave, which means I have 90 days to move to my new destination, get myself situated. The next day, I was home from work because she told me that she's like, I'm not taking you anywhere because all you do is use me. So I just stayed and packed from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and a little bit Friday morning. She did not speak to me in person one word besides just a wall of text saying how much she hated me, that she resented me, she can't stand me, I'm irresponsible, I'm never gonna make it. Just all of this emotional abuse. Just horrible shit. And the only thing she had said to me in person was on Tuesday morning, I went upstairs to use the bathroom, and she's told me, you should be pissing in a bucket, you fucking loser. Those were the last words my mother has spoken to my face. You should be pissing in a bucket, you fucking loser. So that Friday, she left the house. She went out with my sister, who gave me a tearful goodbye. Even my brother was sad. My other sister was sad. My dad and I cried a lot together, but he knew that this was happening and he knew it was her fault, even though she keeps blaming it on him. He keeps saying that she hates me and she hates him. But he had to work on Friday, so it was just me and my other sister and her boyfriend. They came to get me. I packed up the truck. I think I only left like 2 space bags of stuff, but my sister is holding on to them for me. And my dad said he would come down to bring them down to visit when he gets a couple days, like on a weekend, like if he's gonna be off on like a Thursday and a Friday, because he usually works Monday through Friday, but if he has like a 2-day off thing, he'll come down to see me for a couple days. And I left. I cried. I packed the bird. You can hear in the background of this voiceover, but I have my bird. I have my son. I think I spent the first 3 days crying, but I have been working on getting my life together and doing stuff that I was not able to do in that house, because in a rough estimate, I can get paid $1,200 a week, and I maybe put away $150 of that into my savings account, and the rest goes back to the house. Like, how am I supposed to be 26 years old, literally only saving $100 every 2 weeks? Like, it's not possible. My in-laws are charging me $250 a month in rent to cover food, like the water and the electricity going up from me being here. I do cook. Like, I mean, I cooked a lot at home. I keep calling it home. It's not home anymore. I cooked a lot before, but I was basically forced to. Now I cook because I want to. Nobody is expecting me to do everything, but I still can't help it. I can't break the feeling of I have to do everything. I cook, I clean. I'm even doing my partner and their brother's chores, like the dishwasher, the floors, because I feel like I have to do something to say thank you for taking me into your home. And I'm being told consistently by them, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Well, I have to do something to show my appreciation, because I just can't not, you know what I mean? And at the time of recording this, I already have credit cards in the line, like, to build credit. I had $500 in debt I didn't even know I had. But that was cleared up. I have all of my information changed over to this new address in Maryland. I live in Maryland now, and hopefully I can just keep living the life that I should have had years and years ago as somewhat independent. I'm working on getting independence, because I can't be independent when I'm taking care of a 50-year-old woman who claims that she is a fit mother. So yeah, anyway, I did 3 junk journal spreads. That went on a lot longer than I thought, but it's fine. The first page, or the first spread entry, is stuff I did back in Pennsylvania, like stuff from the trip we took for my brother's graduation. And then just some things I had from Pride Festival, like I bought this Pokemon card pack, the blue raspberry soda I drank, and just I used a lot of that stuff. And the second and third spreads are almost the same. They're Pokemon card themes because I like to collect the pack arts, but I never know what to do with them. At least the cardboard blister covers. So I cut out the characters, like the Pokemon and what set it was, and I used the packs inside out as the background. So I have one for Journey Together, and I put that little $5 in there because that is the suggested retail price. I don't buy from scalpers, but the $5 is from like the Dollar Tree packs, which I think is hilarious. And then the second and final page in this video is the Dustin Rivals, which is kind of fitting the same vibe, but hey, I like it. Junk journaling is something I'm really starting to like. I started collecting more scraps. Like I have this little baggie just specified for scraps that I like, and I actually did another spread off camera with my partner when I do like the exfoliating foot mask treatments. So we were just like, because the room is upstairs, I was technically stuck up there for like an hour and a half doing this treatment. My partner came up to sit with me and we just junk journaled together. But I'll show off that last one in this last clip. This spread that I did off camera that I'm showing now are all the places that I had gone to eat with my partner during the first part of, I call it the first part of the vacation. We went to Dunkin' a lot. Most of those orders say Steph S, because Steph had ordered them for me, would not let me pay except for like one time. We went to a grocery store called Martin's and we got some sushi. We went to this boba place called Kung Fu Tea, very delicious. We went to Sheetz a few times. This place in, I think it's called Frederick, the town is, but it has this chicken place called Hangry Joe's Chicken, and it is very good chicken. And then we went to BJ's restaurant brew house. They gave these little coasters, and I had a sangria that came with that little Prosecco sparkling wine. So yeah, that is the start of my junk journal, and here's to more of that. And I probably will be doing a lot more of these off camera. And I know I didn't decorate this, but oh well, I'll decorate the front of it later. The next couple videos are going to be the pre-recorded videos from the last 3. I don't know about releasing the June Pride stuff yet, considering we're already well into January, because I don't know when this is going up, but hey, it's whatever. I'm just going to leave it at that because I can guarantee you this voiceover is very long. So thank you guys so much for watching and sticking around for when I just kind of disappeared. And I will see you guys next week with some pre-recorded videos, and then we'll see how YouTubing goes from there. Bye.